Welcome to today's tutorial. In today's class, we'll be painting this reference with another painting technique, which is impasto. The last time we have done glazing, we have done layering, we have done underpainting, and now we are doing impasto. Impasto is the act of using thick paint on a canvas to create texture. So you are not going to be blending, but however you can also use impasto to create realistic drawings, because having a realistic or hyper realistic painting is not all about the blending alone. It's not even all about the blending, it's about the value. That's the major key thing. There's a place for texture, there's a place for blending, but if you still can't blend, you can create a very realistic drawing with just applying the right values in the right places. So we'll be using impasto, and to paint impasto, one of the tools is the palette knife. So instead of using a paintbrush, we'll be creating our paintings using the palette knife. So let's get right into that. So I use this same reference photo for the layering and the underpainting. If you have watched those videos, you'll see the lessons we learned differently about layering and underpainting, the difference and the advantages. However, whichever technique you choose to use, provided you know the pros and cons, you can always achieve whatever you want to achieve with it. And why am I using acrylic paint? Because we're using acrylic paint for this. Why do I choose to use acrylic paint for the impasto? Is because acrylics dry faster. So it helps to retain the texture. It helps to retain that thickness of paint on the canvas, because of its fast drying. So you can create the texture however you want. So although I'm not matching my values right in this reference, but I want to assure you that if you follow the right process of matching your colors right and you use impasto, you can actually get really, really realistic drawings from using just your palette knife to paint and create texture on your artworks. So if you are new here and you want to see other painting techniques that I've done, I have a playlist and a course on these painting techniques. I will be creating more um, painting techniques too. So I post once in a week, most likely every Friday or Saturday. But this one is dropping so late. I'm sorry. I was busy with some little schedules. So do expect my new videos. I make tutorial videos to help artists. I have tutorial videos to help people of all ages, learn how to draw and paint and how to be creative. And also, if you are looking at getting any of my masterpiece, my artwork, you want to collect my art, my website is live now. You can check it out. There's a link in my bio. You can click that to check out my website. So I have my works there for sales. So we are trying to uh, put in the necessary values using our art knife. You don't have to follow the same pattern I'm using. You just use your art knife to scoop uh, paints in big numbers and just place it right on the reference. The goal is to achieve the texture and also to have to get our values right. So whenever you are painting impasto, sorry, I ran out of red. Whenever you are painting impasto, do have it at the back of your mind that you'll be consuming a lot of paint to actually achieve this. So that's just the downside of impasto for me. Actually, the paint that could actually finish off like 4 or 5 canvas painting, you would exhaust it on just one impasto painting. However, the end product is always interesting. It always feels good to be able to feel the texture of your work and just see the difference. So, if you're an artist and you are looking out for how to get your own techniques or your own style of painting, you can explore something around impasto too. But however, try to be creative about it because there are several impasto artists there, so it's a general technique. You just need to find a way to make yours unique to yourself. And it's very good as an artist to have your own style or your own technique because this is what it helps you with. It's it makes you stand out. It makes you different from every other artist. People tend to patronize you for what you do and who you are. And there's this psychology in marketing also. So when you are unique, it helps people that of like minds to want to patronize you more. So I would advise if you're an artist and you're looking for your if you are struggling to get a unique style, you can just go through some of these my painting techniques, combine one or two things together, and you can relate it to other things in your environment. One way or the other, you are going to get through your your own style or technique. And this brings me to how I struggled to as an artist, finding my voice, my style. Um, Not that I'm not good at drawing, but I was actually looking at something that will make me different, something that um, tells people that this is me whenever you see my work. And you know, I struggled for this for years. I spoke to several colleagues, and then, but on the long run, I discovered myself in a very unexpected way, and that's how I tend to discover Ignito. So it all started from me trying to find an icon for Incredible Art Academy, and while I was trying to figure this out, I reached out to a friend. He created some sample reference for me, and among everything, there's one that I really resonated with, which was looking like a letter A and a brush in a negative space. So I decided to design this on my laptop to see how it turns out. So while designing it, one of my aim was to make the brush as simple as it should be. So because the essence of having a logo, or the main key of a logo, is for it to be memorable. I try my best to make sure that people can identify my icon at a first glance. So I'm trying to simplify the brush as possible as I could. But so my greatest surprise is ends up looking like a candle. So uh, I at first I didn't want to proceed with that. I liked the icon initially when it was sketched out for me, but now that I designed it, I don't like the result I'm having. So at first I don't want to proceed with it, but up until when I actually sent it to a creative, that what do they think about my icon that I'm trying to use for my art academy? And to my greatest surprise, his interpretation blew me off, and this made me connect more to the icon. I'm sharing this story because I want you to understand that you can actually get your style, your focus from any way. It could come in an unexpected way. So he told me that yes, this looks like a candle, but a candle resonates more with teaching because uh, there's a saying that a light doesn't lose its value by lighting other lights. I've forgotten how he said it there, but that's really like what he said. So that's when it got stuck to me that, oh, for an art academy, I'm trying to enlighten people, I'm trying to teach people. So maybe I'm just that kind of person that needs to give out light to others to shine. So that was how I got to resonate with that, and I I eventually decided to use the icon. So that was still about the icon. I think I'm going to put the icon on the video so you can see my icon. I believe some of you know how it looks like already. So still I've not gotten my style as an artist, but now I have a vision that resonates with what I do. So I kept on working until when I was trying to make a kind of customized shirt for my brand, and I decided to use the flame like at the top of my icon. That was when it gets to me that I can actually make a lot of things from this icon, and that was I started infusing this flame like shape into most of my paintings. And when it comes together on my wall of light, it's so beautiful. So your and this doesn't even uh, affect the fact that I love realism. I'm a realism painter. I want to learn more about hyperrealism and realism, and I've been doing that all through this process of sharing my process on YouTube and teaching people my process, because teaching has also helped me improve. So I can as well do my realism and still have my icons around it, which eventually tells stories about the art, about the piece, and all of that. So it's just so fun that I was actually struggling to get my parts, my foods, and it came to me through just my icon. I wasn't expecting it that way. I was expecting that I'll just kind of mix one or two uh, maybe style together because I watched a lot of video that taught how you can actually find your style or your voice as an artist. So I was hoping that someday I'll be able to get a unique style from that, but it didn't come that way. So one of the key lessons is that your style is going to be unique to you. It's going to be your story. It's going to be your at times it can be your calling. It can be your reality. It can come from a mistake. So one thing I just want you to do as an artist is to take note of what goes on in your environment. Take key notes, and while you are trying to find yourself, trying to find your voice, you are going to get to see some things that will connect with you and will resonate with you. And this will be your guide all throughout your journey as an artist. So, um, just like we have a lot of people around the world, but one way or the other, we have significant differences. That's how your heart itself uh, would speak to people differently and it will speak to you differently. And there's one key thing about art itself. The more you do it, the more you get new ideas, you become better at it and all of that. So this is the process of me painting impasto with my palette knife. Just to reduce the length of this video, I think I'll finish up the background using the palette knife to create texture. If this is your first time joining my channel, if this is your first time watching my video, do well to subscribe and like if you want to learn how to draw and paint. You can check out my past videos. There, I have a lot of tutorial videos you can learn from. And also, if you feel this video is going to be helpful to someone, do well to share it with them and press the like button so that YouTube can recommend this video to some other persons like you. Uh, Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you in my next. I'll be sharing the final picture in the end of the video. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.